I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about Lily's success story. So one of the things that I really love about breakups is how much we truly get motivated to change our lives. Okay? While it may be the pain that's driving us to do it, it truly drives us in ways that many of us have never been as motivated as we have been during a breakup. Think about your own life. Have you ever been this motivated to work on your personal growth, to better yourself, to heal your attachment issues, to become a better partner, to taking accountability in your relationship? I know that I talk to people every single day around the world, and they constantly tell me how motivated they are, how hard they're working on the creative healing course and the workbooks. And that's why I did those things. That's why I didn't put out some corny breakup guide that you see all over the place, filled with nonsense. The workbooks, there's 1 through 10 are like close to 600 pages. It's just under 600 pages. It covers like 94 videos. The creative healing course is even bigger than that. All kinds of therapeutic activities that are really meant to change your life. And today, I am so proud of the email that I'm going to do, because this particular client and I worked together a lot. Okay? She did many coachings with me and Margaret, and we worked together for a long time. Now, she did not wind up getting back with her ex, but there were plenty of times along the way where things were happening, where she was showing up at her house, where they were kissing, where they wound up going on some dates and things of that nature. And I reviewed one of our really old email coachings together before I sat down to do this success story, because she told me she had a success story for me and she really wanted to share it. And I can tell you that this woman worked so hard at changing her life, at healing herself, on the workbooks, in therapy. She discovered along the way that there were tremendous amounts of childhood trauma that she had forgotten about, things that had affected her family in really significant ways. And through what she learned with the channel and our coachings, she was able to get a lot of that information to family members. I'm going to leave that vague, that they were able to, I don't even know how to articulate it, other than she told us several times that we helped save family members' lives by helping her understand and work through some of the childhood trauma that had happened in her family, and it was pretty significant. But she really worked hard, and she was so great, and Margaret was so proud of her, because she did many calls with Margaret while she was working with us. And so I'm happy for her, because she's got a great success story to share. Because understand, not everybody will hear from their ex. Not everybody will get a chance with their ex again. That's just the reality of it, okay? Some of you that think you have a chance may not get one, and some of you that think you have no chance will get one. It's just the way these things go. And we always do our best to help you and to prepare you and to give you a plan. But the only thing you can really control is yourself. And so that's why I always want you to be motivated to change your life. It's breakups that help me change my life and do what I do. That's why I'm so passionate about what I do and why I've been so passionate over the years and gone so deep with the content that we put out covering all the topics that we do, because every situation is so unique, and there may be videos that only a few thousand people watch, but it may be a big difference for those people that are dealing with a specific thing, okay? So let me get into this email coaching, okay? They said, I found Coach Craig about 5 years ago on YouTube when my relationship at the time wasn't going well, and I knew a breakup was near. Going, no reach out, was so hard for me, but not being reached out to was a killer. It hurt so bad. I sought out coaching with Coach Craig because I felt like I was slowly dying a painful death, and no one around me understood the pain that I was going through. I know that pain. I have felt that pain, and it was, part of that pain, it was what drove me to understand breakups the way that I do, because I lived it. I have openly talked about one of my breakups since I started the channel. I've been very vulnerable and opened up on a lot of very personal things that I went through because it was so difficult, and that's why I do what I do. I would be very successful at working as a therapist locally if I wasn't doing this, okay? My caseload was always filled with clients that loved me before I came online to do this. But this is what I became passionate about, because when I went through my breakups, I felt like nobody understood them. There was nobody out there that understood this stuff. You'd go online, I'd search the internet, and everything was just, there wasn't a lot back then, but it was bad. And so I was like, you know what? I will figure this out. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you guys, because I know how important it feels to want just one more chance with somebody. But that's why I tell you guys, do the work. Act like you're only going to get one chance. How would you prepare yourself if you only get one chance? That's how motivated I would be if I was you. Okay? I don't care what the haters say. I don't care what the negative people say. I want to be ready. And if I get a shot, great. And if I don't, I'll still be ready for the next person that I date. That's the way I look at it. Let me go on here. To set the scene, we were a lesbian couple. Me in my early 30s and she in her late 40s. My ex was not that good for me. She was neglectful, unkind with her words, embarrassed me in front of our friends, and frankly, I don't think she liked me much after the first few months of our 2-year relationship. Of course, there would be moments of reconnection here and there that would keep us going. I behaved as a partner-pleasing doormat and accepted her unacceptable behavior without question. I had convinced myself I was being a good and patient girlfriend, and that relationships are just hard. The breakup, about 4 years ago now, my ex and I did rekindle things close to a year after the breakup. After a few months of reconnecting, she pulled away again and told me she had met someone new and wanted to give that prospect her full attention. I remember when that happened too, because it came out of nowhere. It looked like they were going to rekindle things, it was turning around, and then quickly went and started dating somebody new. It was a lot for her. She says, dagger to the chest. I let her go a second time. In this case, the relationship stuck. Wow, I'm surprised that her ex is still with that person, to be honest with you. And you could see how she acts in her relationships too. And she was incredibly immature. Not my client here that is writing this. The other one, the other ex. She was all over the place. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was quite a saga they went through. It's been a long and painful process to get where I am today, but the lessons that I learned from Coach Craig, Coach Margaret, and Coach Victoria go deep. They helped me maintain my dignity through the breakup, which was important to me. But most importantly, They helped me to bring light childhood issues that left me clinging so desperately to someone who A, didn't want me, and B, treated me so poorly. Once these truths were unlocked, it did take a few years to heal. Healing for me included therapy, a brief stint on antidepressants, going through the coach's workbooks, staying single for a while, reconnecting with myself, and strengthening my friendships. Eventually, I got to the point where I saw life in color again, instead of dull black and white movie that my life had become. Then, the unthinkable happened. Did my ex come back, you might ask? No. Thank God. Something even better happened. About 1 year ago, I met someone who could not be a more perfect match for me. Do we still have our issues individually and together as partners? Of course. But this just feels different. It's a safe, fun, and I am healthy enough to enjoy it. To get to the point I'm at today, it took someone understanding the deep pain and suffering I was feeling, along with understanding the desperation I felt to reconnect with my ex. Coach Craig, Coach Margaret, and Coach Victoria were able to provide that support for me. If you're going through a breakup or having relationship issues and you want true, authentic healing and not a get your ex back gimmick or a band-aid, then reach out to Coach Craig and Victoria. They specialize in relationships and breakups, so they see things, patterns, in ways that only specialists with an insane amount of experience can. If you're willing to do the lifelong hard work, I promise they will help you dramatically improve the health of your relationships, intrapersonal, romantic, and platonic. My best wishes and healthy vibes to all of you out there battling your way towards healthy relationships and healing. I see you. Sincerely, Lily. I am so happy for her, and she was great. She was a great person. She worked so hard. I'm so proud of her, and it's a client I'll never forget. It's someone I'll never forget. We did many coachings together. I know her story. I know what she went through, and seeing her where she is today, I am just absolutely thrilled for her. And she struggled as much as any of you did. And she had childhood trauma that was probably more severe than most of you have. Okay? And I'm going to leave it vague, but it was pretty severe stuff that her family went through. And I'm so happy that she's happy. That's all that matters to me. She's happy. Whether it works out with this new person or not, only time will tell. It sounds like they're going great, but I am happy that she's happy and she's changed her life. And what she does in her profession, she does make a big impact in the world every day. But any one of you has the potential to turn your life around. As hopeless as you feel right now, I felt just as bad, if not worse, than you do right now. And that's why I do what I do. You know, I was a therapist, and, you know, I did behavior analysis for years before I started my YouTube channel. But I was just absolutely obsessed with learning everything that I could about breakups for years before I launched this channel. And it was very important to me that I put out stuff that I was incredibly proud of, and that Margaret would even consider coming on board with me, that I was showing her all the videos and the work that I was doing, you know, when I see her every week, and we were talking about everything and putting things together. because I wanted her to come on board and make a big impact with me as well. And I'm so glad that we were able to do that. And what you guys don't understand is Coach Victoria has always been a part of the plan too. I know she looks like she's kind of new, even though it's not. It's been quite a few years now. But even the first time I sat down and was recording by myself, she was there watching me and helping me do the workbooks when she was in Norway doing her master's program. And then she was training with Margaret and myself on calls for years, way before we ever put her on videos. So we are all very passionate about what we do here, and we really do want you to change your life. We know you're going through a hard time, and we know it's not easy to get over. And in some ways, you won't get over a breakup if you don't get back with an ex. You know, breakups have such a big impact on us and who we are. But that doesn't mean you can't better your life and make the best of it. And so I encourage you, every one of you, to stay motivated. Consider therapy. Consider seeing a psychiatrist if your depression is that severe. Find people that can be supportive of you. Be careful online. There are a lot of toxic, immature people out there that are giving relationship advice that, quite frankly, probably have never had a healthy relationship. And you might want to consider this. When you're listening to somebody else other than the people on this channel, what do you think that person's attachment style is? Are they avoidant? Are they saying avoidant things? Because I've noticed that many of them are. And you might want to consider, how secure are they? Have they been to therapy? Have they worked through their issues? If you see a lot of hurt and anger that they haven't dealt with, it's going to come out with toxic, immature advice. I won't name names. So, hopefully this has been helpful to you. If you want to get our help personally, of course you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.